The houses are crazy, especially
You
where
jet
we
skied
were.
to my house.
Yeah, we jet skied to your you had the boat out.
Congratulations, first of all, on this amazing show, the trio, the next wave of Hollywood huge stars that I'm talking to. But first of all, let's be real. Heated rivalry made everybody want to get like a little invite to the cottage, you know? But I feel like Sterling Point is like literally bringing everybody along to the cottages. What is it about the Canadian Riviera that you think is the perfect backdrop for such deep storytelling?
Oh, it has everything. You have the woods, you have the lake, you can it could be a creepy aspect in the woods. It could be like the most beautiful summer laying by the lake, like not a care in your mind aspect of it. It kind of has it all. It's perfect. I want to go back up just for myself.
Same.
It's got loons.
Oh, loons? Let's
Loons,
forget.
phenomenal.
Yeah. I also think there's an element of like the isolation that can really draw people together, which I think is like both in real life and on screen is like, it's an amazing kind of way into witnessing an intimacy in people's relationships. And in our show in particular, it removes phones, which I think is creates such a richer, more propulsive plot for us because it takes out this element of like, you need to go to someone to communicate. And I think that it's sort of like harkens back to a kind of show that we all miss.
It's so remote and so sexy. And like, if you get on I got on a jet ski and just the houses are crazy, especially where
jet
we were.
skied to my house.
Yeah, we jet skied to your you had the boat out there. I mean, it's like it feels a little bit like the Wild West, but it's also sexy, and the cottages are gorgeous and remote, or they're like picturesque and remote. It just feels like anything can happen out there. And it's also such a contained amount of time. You can only be there for a few months, and the rest of the time it's like frigid and terrible. But then all of a sudden, the skies open up, and it's perfect.
Annie really goes through it all in this. But then she's got these beautiful relationships as well with Ramona, you know, and with Connor. So how does this love story between these three characters really help Annie get to where she actually needs to get to as a person?
With Ramona in particular, she's the kind of person that Annie is intimidated by and would have assumed she wouldn't be friends with, and they're not for, you know, much of the series. And I think Ramona kind of represents this version of herself that she's really afraid of. And not Ramona herself and who she is, but like kind of the mirror that she's holding up to Annie, showing her, you know, her real truths, kind of allowing her to see the lies she's been telling herself and sort of the perfection that she's forcing upon herself rather than like acknowledging her honest experience. And I also think just experiencing kind of the purity of sisterhood and friendship really allows her to sort of be more comfortable with vulnerability, which is kind of her great journey in the series is a journey towards vulnerability and Ramona, sisterhood, womanhood, like kind of allowing herself to not only be attached to like stereotypically male pursuits emotionally, I think really is a huge part of her journey.
Since you're the only Canadian on this panel right now, talk to me about what it was like to share this part of our beautiful world and our beautiful country with your cast.
She hated it. She was like, get out of here.
No, it was, I'd actually never been to Muskoka. I'm in Toronto a lot for work, and I worked in Northern Ontario before, and right now my heart is with like everyone who's experiencing the wildfires in Northern Ontario. But yeah, I'd never been to Muskoka, and it was such an incredible experience to be there for the first time with this beautiful cast. There's so many people from like all over the world working on the show, and it was so special to like actually be able to shoot on location in Muskoka, because it really is like such a unique place. There's like in the show there's such opulence, and then there's also the locals who live there year round. And yeah, I was just like so amazed to be there and to see that landscape and to experience it with everybody else.
And it really shows there's some serious bougie people here in Ontario. Jeffrey, did I hear correctly that you are one of those bougie people? You've got a cottage up there? Like,
No. Yeah, yes, I am bougie.
Obviously.
Well,
His
the cowboy
camera goes back
statues.
and forth. Very cool.
If you guys saw me mucking around the cows this morning, you wouldn't say that. No, I rented a little cottage because I brought my family up. That was our summer vacation. Being as I was shooting last summer on Muskoka, I'm like, let's bring the clan along, and so we rented a little Airbnb on the water.
Nice. So next purchase is going to be an actual cottage.
I'm not going to say I didn't look at property, but I'm also going to not say that it's not super expensive.
There's something so unique about this young wave of Hollywood actors that a lot of people are going to see in Sterling Point. So what was it like watching them perform? And like, were you at any given point going, oh my goodness, like we're in good hands, like Hollywood is in good hands?
Yeah, that's something that we've just as a group been talking about, is just the absolute excellence of these kids that are on this cast. Of course, it ultimately comes down to Megan Park. When everybody's good on a show, it's the director, it's the creator. She's astounding. She knows the world. Her storytelling is rigorous. Everybody's got a deep inner world and plenty to do and plenty to fight through. But yeah, these kids are, Missi was saying it earlier, they're pros. They are there to work, and they're committed, they're serious about what they're doing, but they're also at ease and playful, and that speaks to the environment that Megan created. I mean, Missi and I had that scene where Missi drops the bomb about what really happened, the biggest bomb. It was fun because Missi and I were in that cottage, and like 10 kids roll in, and once the kids roll in, you just react to what they're bringing and what they're doing, and they're so involved in themselves. They're just bringing it every time. Everybody in the cast is bringing it every time. You're in a real world up there. You're not. Of course, we had some stages for interiors and whatnot, but we're up there really experiencing Megan's world in a real way. So it's a very immersive experience. It's very magical.
I think I have to give credit to Megan as well for the writing. I think she really writes a character, all of us very, very layered. It's very much not a one-dimensional character. The way that I approached Ramona was I think by really tapping into my 16-year-old self as well, and taking, because I fortunately didn't have the background that Ramona did at 16, and not now either. But I think taking some of the darkness that I felt in my adult years into Ramona at 16, which I think automatically sort of naturally created the balance of this deep, deep, deep darkness that she feels at 16, while also keeping the lightness of a 16-year-old. And the sort of naivete that she has. She doesn't know much about anything about the world. She's been very isolated, and is introduced and sort of exposed to a lot of newness through Connor and Annie when they come to the island, and everything that comes with them. So I think the circumstances, the environment in which Megan put these characters allows for so much nuance and so many layers, for lack of a better word, just through the circumstances that she places these characters in.